Kristina, my microphone is working.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a new woman.
I thought that this would be a very, very good thing for your mood.
How did you know that it would work today?
I just came in with that sort of, leprechaun step in my boot.
You mean that?
You know what I mean? Just I felt a little lift in my step.
And you knew that my microphone was actually going to work.
Yeah, I felt like everything was either going to go right or wrong.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Still have the rest of the show, but...
There's still time. Anything could happen at any moment. That's why we call this show the 11th hour.
That's right. They've opened the windows. Oh my God.
It's spring.
The wind is coming. I noticed. Oh, we should do our thing. This is the 11th hour radio, people. On Royalton Community Radio, WFVR-LP, South Royalton. On your local dial, you're probably hearing us at 96.5. Am I supposed to say anything else? Oh, that's Kristina Stykos over there. I'm Emily Howe.
Thanks. I like that when you say my name. I'd rather have you say it than that I would have to say it. My name has too many syllables, so it feels clunky. I get 3/4 of the way through saying it, and I feel like nobody wants to listen anymore.
You only have one more syllable than me.
It makes a big difference, that one syllable.
And my last name had the same amount of syllables as yours, and it was... Yeah, I don't like it either, but... It wasn't a syllable issue. It's just a name issue.
You did good. You got a really good radio name now. Mine's still kind of clunky. Can we shorten it somehow?
It's not. It's
Chrissy?
Greek.
No.
You don't want to be Chrissy.
No, I don't. Actually, I don't. I don't want to even start that.
What was your nickname when you were little?
Kahina.
Who called you that?
I think my brother.
Is that like Hawaiian? That's Kahuna.
What was it? Hoo-ha?
That isn't Hawaiian. That's just slang for your vagina.
No. I had a friend that was saying it just like I say it, just as a casual reference to just about anything. Like some kind of messed up thing is a hoo-ha. I don't know. Maybe your generation has really narrowed down the definition of it, so I'm out of step with it. I'm sorry about that. But to me, a piece of string in the bush could be hoo-ha.
Okay, Kahina.
Yeah. Okay.
Kahina has the same amount of syllables. It's not working.
Yeah, you're right.
You had no other nicknames? You had brothers. How could they not have nicknamed you?
They didn't talk to me.
Oh. I see.
They were too busy playing their games. So I was left to my own devices many hours a day. It's very similar to how it is now.
You could nickname yourself.
You know what I was? To myself, I was Frank James.
Okay. There you go.
So just call me Frank.
Frankie.
Frank Stykos.
I don't know. It doesn't have quite the ring to it, but...
Oh, God.
Oh, bother. It's Friday, but we missed last week for the first time ever.
That was spectacular. The fact that you got stuck and I got stuck.
It was so stuck and horrible. Actually, it was kind of nice because, again, my favorite word sometimes is cancellation, and it just basically wiped out anything that had to happen that day.
I think when it starts to get up to the tipping point where the conditions are just almost so bad that you're stuck, you start to give it a little of your own nudging because you really you want to be stuck. This is true with blizzards, any kind of natural disaster.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's
it's
a part...
a snow day.
Yeah, the human spirit wants to just say, let's shut it all down.
Yeah.
And if we're that close, let's just call it. You know, like how they call games, like a referee.
Yep.
Yeah, so we called that mud day, and I think we made the right decision because it just it saved my car a little bit of.
We did hike out later in the day, but
you said you were going to walk to your parents' sugar house.
We didn't walk all the way to my parents' house. We got a ride, but we
good.
couldn't. Nobody could come up our road, and we couldn't. Which is weird because our road isn't that. Like when I think of our road, we have a pretty short expanse of dirt. Like it's like a half mile of dirt, which You'd think you could just gun it and get right through that. And it's not even steep or anything, but for some reason,
you know what it is?
It's low-lying and in the sun, and it just was...
And it's also, you're sort of on a slope, a gentle slope, and I bet there's water just running out of that hillside, and it comes right across the road.
This mud season has been the opposite of what I think. It's been the worst mud season ever, despite us having no snow. I always think of mud season as sort of a cumulative snow melt and frost rising, and there's been no snow melt. So I'm like, where's all this
It's so odd.
goo coming from? But I guess it is just coming up from below. I'm mystified. I don't understand.
The goo doesn't come from below. It's just that there's ice below the goo. So the goo has nowhere to go. The goo can't drain, right? The sun beats on the road, it gets gooey, and then it's kind of stuck. It can't drain down.
No, I guess it can't.
Well, that's my theory anyway.
That's a good one.
So it was really a great 4 or 5 days stuck up there. And I'll tell you,
2 or 3, but it was still.
Well, yeah. I started early. I did. Frankly, I just said I didn't know.
Sorry,
I'm on a Frank theme today. Yeah. So I just thought, heck, I don't even want to know how bad the road is. So I'm just going to assume it's bad. I'm not going to go out. And then evidently I had other people check it for me. So I made Michael come up to take the plow off the truck.
Oh, good. You took it off? Excellent.
Well, I don't know if it's so excellent because next week we're supposed to get a big snow potentially.
It was snowing pretty hard this morning at my house. And
me too. No, but
here.
Here's the thing is I realized is that there's this great feeling when you come down off the hill and you come into the village and there's no snow. And your car I had probably 3 inches of snow in my car.
Oh, wow.
And that's when you feel this surge of pride that you are a hill dweller.
You're part of the mountain folk.
Yeah, hill dwellers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Made of tougher metal than the rest.
I mean, we don't live in the highest part of the Green Mountain chain. Can we call ourselves mountain dwellers? It's kind of cheating.
Really, look around Vermont. Can we call these mountains at all? Like, compared to the rest of the country, we've got like little hillocks.
Hillocks. That's a good word.
But I think it's pretty optimistic that we're like the Green Mountain State. We ain't got no Rockies.
Hey,
we are not.
Yeah, don't start
terribly mountainous.
Don't start dissing.
We're just lumpy.
Well, you may be lumpy.
No, like look around. It's lumpy.
I'm hilly. I have hillocks. You may be lumpy.
Tuffets.
And have lumps.
Tuffet?
Tufts.
Tuffet. What's Miss Muffet sit on?
Hummocks. No.
Miss Muffet sits on a tuffet, right? Like a little lumpet of grass.
Yeah.
Or something. Okay.
You can back out of that now.
Thank you.
And I'd like to know how you just seem so exceptionally perky this morning. So why is that?
Are you being very sarcastic right now?
Nobody else knows what you just went through.
I'm just trying to override my overwhelming sense of exhaustion and
despair at the condition of the human race.
Yes.
Just throw that in there too,
I was telling Kristina before we went on air how I didn't sleep at all last night because I had one of those bizarre, totally pointless and without cause meltdowns over nothing, because you have to, I think, every once in a while. Like this was my spring meltdown. I usually have one kind of in the fall.
Kind of like spring cleaning.
That's right. I feel like you got to purge all the cobwebs and crap out of your head. But anyway, so I find something ridiculously small to just get completely furious about. And in this case, it happened to be the fact that my husband and I disagreed on whether or not you can film a movie about aliens inside someone's home. And I said aliens don't go inside people's home. We're about to make a short film this weekend, possibly about aliens. And since the weather is going to be crummy, he wants to film the alien movie in someone's living room. And I feel like that is not where aliens go.
Is this wrong?
It is so wrong. Aliens abduct people and they probe them and stuff. They suck you with a little green beam back up to their ship.
Yeah.
They don't come down and go into your living room and just hang out.
No.
And for some reason, this just became this life or death matter in which I could not understand why no one could understand why aliens can't go in living rooms.
Yeah.
And I used that as a platform to suddenly become angry and upset about everything in life, stretching from politics to fading like looks to like I seriously just used it as a little diving board to become completely sad about everything.
Good.
And then got a lovely big old headache, and then was very mad that nobody would stay awake and commiserate with me.
You didn't call me. I was up.
I don't call.
I was up till what?
I didn't want to go.
Oh, you can't text.
I didn't want to go on the computer because it just felt like
lame.
I just wanted to be miserable.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, when you're miserable, then you hate the computer too, and it's a shallow way of communicating.
I didn't want to see any more like presidential campaign stuff either, because it's just starting to make me crazy.
Yeah. Totally agree
and
about
worried
that.
And shocked, and like, you generally go around thinking that it's all going to be okay in the end because people are generally good, right? I mean, when you talk to someone, anyone, even if they're not like you can find enough about them that's like you. You can. Like, we're all kind of the same. And yet, when you watch this presidential race happening, you suddenly freak out and you think, oh my God, we're actually living side by side with aliens, maybe in our living room or not, but they're and not aliens as in from other countries. I like those people. I'm talking about people who completely have no empathy for humanity or something. I don't know
what you're saying is that there's a strange irony to the fact that we're all basically similar in our humanity, and yet we would all just as soon turn around and stab each other at any given moment.
Yes.
That's an odd dichotomy.
It's very odd.
I'm not sure the construction of the human race has
it's like a survival tactic, but it's really ugly right now, and I prefer not to look at it anymore.
What do you call those little mistakes in design, like design flaws, like something that's basically a sound idea, but just because of some little thing, it just throws the whole thing off.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's got to be I think there's a really great word for that, but why did I write down the word nice?
Oh, I did too, because
Why?
I was being such a bitch before we got on the radio station that I wrote in bold capitals nice on my list so that I would actually try to behave and not spew hate.
No, you did not put that on there for that reason.
Yeah, I think I did.
No, you would have written be nice, not nice. You want to talk about the fallacy of the whole concept of niceness. So go ahead, you have a platform.
No, I think I was really just trying to force myself not to swear at...
Oh, that's right. So we were coming up with some alternatives like dang.
Yeah.
And
but we were getting really disappointed because it would feel really satisfying to swear sometimes.
Why don't we go right up to that edge?
I just spelled one.
You did.
Yeah.
That was pretty risque.
I know.
Woohoo! Yeah, no, you can sort of feel your way up to the edge. You can feel the expletive coming.
It's like vomit.
I wanted to tell you about this children's book that I'm writing.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to tell me about cat vomit. Nothing cheers me up like a good cat vomit story.
You are so omniscient. Or precognitive.
It's pretty likely with you having 3 cats that at some point during every week they will throw up in a really bizarre manner.
Okay.
So I just look forward to hearing about it.
Well,
whether or not you stepped in it, the consistency, from what level on the balcony it actually came from.
Do you want to hear about the one that happened at 9:30 today, or the one that happened in the middle of the night?
Which one's just more exciting? Which one is going to keep me on the edge of my seat?
Well, here, this is related. I started writing a children's book, and the first sentence goes like this. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Kristina, you can't write a children's book about cat vomit. Oh, crap. She just flailed around and knocked our recorder off the table. Why are you kicking your legs around like that?
Because I'm all tangled up in the cords.
Where did all these cords come from? It's like they grow when we sit in here. Like vines come up and tangle us.
I don't know.
Okay,
so here it goes. Here's long, long ago, in a far, far away place, there lived a little cat named Throw Up.
What? You don't even have a cat named Throw Up.
I should.
Oh my God. We're so intoxicated on life right now.
It's like laughing yoga. It is. You seen that video about the guy on the subway who just comes in, Mr. Anonymous, and he just looks at his iPad for a couple minutes, and then he starts laughing in this crowded subway?
No.
And he keeps laughing, and then everybody in the subway is eventually laughing.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
how laughing works.
That's pretty cool.
I think it's great.
That's what I like about Kendra, because she has that very contagious laugh, and it's like she's good to bring along with you to movies if you don't think the movie's going to be very funny.
That's a cackle.
It's funny. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like you just
Cackles
start.
are funny. They're definitely funny. You got to have some cacklers.
How does this children's book?
No, I'm totally making that up. I do not. I have other children's books in mind, but this was just what came to me today as the cat threw up for the third time this morning.
Oh my God.
No, you know what I realized is that somebody's going to call the Humane Society on me and say this woman will not bring her cat to the vet. It's throwing up all the time. I think she ought to be arrested.
I think everyone's cat throws up all the time, from what I've heard.
It's a health. It's a self-help
Purging.
It's cat self-help.
It's like fur ball removal. Aren't they supposed to? Like their digestive tract kind of goes both ways, right?
Can you believe we're talking about this again? All right, moving right along.
Okay.
I do have an item on my list that says clothespin repetition.
Do you put your clothespins in patterns? Because my OCD can't stand it if there's like the wooden one mixed in with the plastic ones, and I have to like...
I don't have any plastic ones. Are you kidding me?
Well, ours kind of, they stay outside all the time, so they...
That's no excuse.
I know, but they start to mark your clothes up.
They didn't need...
Wooden ones get mildewy, and then they leave spots on your clothes.
You think in the old days they needed plastic clothespins? Come on.
No.
If you pin them correctly, the rust does not come down onto the clothing. But you can't push the pin down that far on the clothesline.
Are you talking about the clamp kind or the push-on kind?
Clamp.
Okay.
Yeah, with the rust.
Because I've never actually figured out how to use the push-on kind properly. Like those, you just make into like little reindeer and stuff to hang on your Christmas
tree. Yeah, those are for show. Those are for fun. Those are for games and party crafts. So, no, I realized I was talking to my friend Julie last night, and I found myself talking to her about...
Julie! Are you talking about the same Julie?
Yeah.
I'm putting your photos in the mail on Monday. I swear to freaking...
Okay, you better follow through this time.
Yeah, I have to. They're all in bubble wrap and waiting. For some reason...
You can do it.
They just are there.
You were stuck at your house. You couldn't get to the mailbox.
No, they've been there for like months.
All right, well, getting back to the clothespin repetition.
Yes.
I figured out a trick for people like me who, when they get up to go do something at the other side of the house, like, oh, I got to go get the blah-de-blah, but you forget on your way there what it was that you were doing.
Oh, yes.
So what you do is, for example, if you're going to go get the clothespins, before you even start to go towards the clothespins, you say clothespins, 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 and you say it like a mantra, and you keep saying it, and until you finally wend your way back. You see what I'm saying? Because you can even forget that you're going to get clothespins, but if you're still saying the word, it's two different parts of the brain. So you can forget and you can start doing something else, but you're still doing this mantra, clothespins, then all of a sudden you'll realize, oh my God, why am I repeating the word clothespin?
Whoa, is this like, are you doing a self-help pamphlet for people with Alzheimer's?
You know, you're rubbing your head like I'm giving you a headache.
No.
Is that just too hard?
It's just itchy.
Really? It's itchy over here? Yeah.
It is kind
of. Well, okay, we'll review it later.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Often, though, like if I'm going to call a phone number, and I can't bring where I see the phone number to the phone. I'll try to, it's only 7 numbers. I just repeat it over and over and over again.
Only 7 numbers.
And by the time I get to the phone, I'm not sure if I'm repeating the right numbers anymore.
I can't do 7. I have a certain limit. I can remember
7 is supposed to be
4.
all that your brain can easily remember. That's why they decided to make
I can't do that many.
Phone number 7 digits.
I can't do that many unless there's some pattern that I can discern.
Hey, you remember the days of the week? Do you make little songs up with numbers like 889 3, 7.
No, but I make songs out of the repetitions.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
If I'm, say, going downstairs to get an eraser, 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 eraser. And I just keep singing it until, a half an hour later. It's like, why am I singing eraser? Oh, I remember. I was going downstairs to get the eraser.
I like it.
Okay.
This is good.
All right. Guess what?
Oh, you can play music?
Yes. All right. Let's see what I have. Oh, I didn't plug the power into the... That's all right. It's not gonna be a problem, is it?
What are you talking about? Didn't we play music already?
Yeah, we did, but I brought the power cord so that the computer wouldn't shut off while we were on the air.
I thought you meant you didn't plug the computer in at all. Like it wasn't playing.
No, it's on. It's on. This is like a fishing line.
It is. There's a lot of cords around here.
What would we do without wire?
No, what would they do before wire?
We wouldn't be able to communicate with
anybody. Could make all these out of rope.
I like wire. I just want to say thanks, a shout out to Wire.
Didn't you want to name a band like something to do with wire? You did.
I did. Pony
Wire. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You do like wire.
I do. I guess I do. It's a theme. Okay, so we're going to do, this is a little song. It's Bob Kinzel and his friend Gene.
Cool.
Singing No Ash Will Burn. So let's get it going.
I have seen snow that fell in May. I have seen rain on cloudless days. Some things are always bound to change. There ain't no ash will burn. Love is a precious thing, I'm told. Burns just like West Virginia coal. But when the fire dies down, it's cold. There ain't no ash will burn. You say this life is not your lot. I can't be someone that I'm not. We can't stoke a fire that we ain't got. Oh, there ain't no ash will burn. Love is a precious thing, I'm told. Burns just like West Virginia coal. But when the fire dies down, it's cold. There ain't no ash will burn. In every life there comes a time when there are no more tears to cry. We must leave someone dear behind. There ain't no ash will burn. Love is a precious thing, I'm told. Burns just like West Virginia coal. But when the fire dies down, it's cold. There ain't no ash will burn. Love is a precious thing, I'm told. Burns just like West Virginia coal. But when the fire dies down, it's cold. There ain't no ash will burn. No, there ain't no ash will burn.
Bob and Jean.
We were burning ash in the sugar house the other night.
Were you?
Oh, I think so.
Did you stay up late this week in the sugar house?
Earlier on in the week I did. Yep. And then the week got out of control a little with work schedules, so my dad sort of was
Does he stay up all night?
Burning solo for several days.
What?
Yeah.
How do you do that? If you stay up all night, then
he has a new rule that you can't fire the arch past midnight, because years ago he was in there by himself and it was late, and usually if you got the pans full of syrup, you just have to finish it off. You don't want to let the sap sit overnight because it takes the quality down. It doesn't spoil exactly, but you get a lower grade syrup in the end. And anyway, my dad was just trying to pull it off, and he fell asleep and like kind of tottered over into the chimney of the arch and like burned his coat. So
Ooh.
he decided no matter at what stage you're at, we make the new rule that, like, it's okay. We'd rather have a slightly lower grade of syrup than, like, dead people. So,
yeah.
that's the new rule.
Okay. Thanks, Butch. Little wisdom from Butch Howe there. I think that's based in experience.
Better to eat B on your pancakes and have dead man on the floor of a sugar house.
Well, they changed all the grades, didn't they?
I don't know.
There is no B anymore.
What?
No. You check that out. I'm almost sure of it.
Oh.
Yeah, on the official level.
We're so not official. I mean, we're, like, tidy and clean and hygienic and all, but...
Do you cook hot dogs in your syrup?
No, we stopped doing that. We do cook eggs in it, though.
Okay.
The hot dogs have, like, oils that you don't want. Like, they don't cook off as well. Like, eggs are just clean eggs, and you put them in there and they hard boil. So there's not really anything that the eggs can leave in the sap. But hot dogs do. They sort of excrete
Yeah.
yucky things.
God.
These go off gas. I don't know. Oh.
Okay, well.
I was subbing in the kindergarten class yesterday, and it was super windy, kind of like it is today, but more so. And right outside the kindergarten window is the the little skating rink that's all flooded in water now. It's melted. And next to the skating rink is a porta potty for people that use the skating rink after hours. And in the wind, the porta potty flipped over, and all of the little kids, like, were so happy and excited, like, that we couldn't get them to do any work until we had the janitor go out there and flip it back over again, because all they wanted to talk about was how exciting and thrilling it is to have a porta potty fall over.
Were they trying to figure out what actually happens technically when a porta potty goes over like that?
Yes, and then they were imagining situations in which people were in the porta potty and where the poop would splash and where, this was just very exciting.
You should have taken them in and they could all draw pictures of what they thought.
I know, we should have turned it into an interpretive art project.
That's right. You got to seize these moments, you know. These are special moments.
It's just
for Vermont children.
Yes, it was. It was like Christmas to them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's just so good.
And they had to, like, run out in the hall and tell the first graders that look outside, the porta potty flipped over. And then the first graders were all excited. It was like spreading like a disease through the school. Happiness.
Big news.
Yeah.
This is part of that giddiness we get when spring comes.
Yes.
Yes. I think we know something about that. So I did want to say that I read something on my news feed today in Facebook that really picked up my spirits, and I just wanted to share it with you because I think you're going to feel really good.
Okay.
That this was a headline. This was the top headline on the list of headlines. So here we go. Quote, previously unidentified fossil is a vertebrate. Top of the news feed.
That's
Donald
great.
Trump. It was about this fossil, and it was so exciting that it was found to be a vertebrate.
Where was this fossil?
I didn't even click on it. That was enough for me. That filled my heart. I went and cleaned up the cat throw up with a new invigorated spirit. Yes. I said, life isn't that bad.
I like fossils.
Yes, in fact, this looks rather like this old pile is a fossilized pile of...
Someday, if you hung on to all that cat throw up,
a museum.
I knew you
would
want it.
Say that.
Yeah.
You guys have to have the museum, not me.
The cat. Have you
John
ever been to the Museum of Everyday Life? It's on the outskirts of Glover, so it's kind of got a little bit of a bread and puppet vibe to it, even though it's not bread and puppet. It's a barn, and it's just it's called a self-serve museum. So there's a little sign saying "Turn the lights off when you're done," and a little box that you can leave money in or not. And then they have a new theme every summer. There's no people in it. You just wander around. So one year the theme was pencils. So they just collect information and pencils and things, and then they set up a display.
In the whole house?
This whole barn, yeah. And then one year it was toothbrushes. So it's like everything they can find about toothbrushes all around. And then
like that.
This summer it was dust.
Really?
The whole museum was about dust. So I'm thinking that you could maybe pitch this cat vomit idea to them. Cat vomit has got to be more exciting than dust, Kristina.
No.
They usually have like a costume and a photo booth that you can wear as well before you leave. Like I have pictures of myself in a rubber pencil costume.
Okay.
So
No.
Fine.
I know.
But cat vomit could be very artistically
You're trying to
sculpted.
be nice to me. You're coddling me.
All right.
And I am a grown up, and I'll prove it to you because I have a spelling word for you.
Oh, good. Okay, I've got a pen right here.
I might have 2.
Do it.
Okay, here we go.
Go.
Gazetteer. Me.
Gazetteer.
Oh my gosh, you got it. I really wanted to stump you. Wait a minute.
I like that word though. That's a word I use the gazetteer pretty often. So, it says gazetteer on the cover. So somehow by osmosis that word is sunk into my head.
Okay, try this one. Try this one.
Give me the shaming one now. Okay, yeah.
Sluiceway.
Ooh, Sleuceway.
Ooh, really poor guess.
Oh, tell me.
Think juice.
What? I thought sluice was like.
Well, unless
not
I
like juice.
Unless I googled the incorrect spelling and it came up with.
It's really spelled like juice. I thought it was like
I
thought it was an EU or an UE.
I have it SLUIC.
No, yeah, it's not UE. SLUIC, really?
Have you heard about the bumblebee tuna recall? Just while you're working, I thought we could talk about something important.
No, I don't eat tuna. I hate tuna.
Okay, well, just anybody who's been buying that at Shaw's, just throw it away.
It smells like tuna. What happened? Like, what did it do to you?
I don't know, something.
Oh, pistachios, too.
No.
Yes, our mechanic got food there was recalled pistachios from any store that starts with Wall, like Walmart or Walgreens.
Are they related?
No.
Oh.
He got some from Walgreens, and then like somebody else I know, it was a math teacher at school, also got really sick, and she got big bag of pistachios from Walmart. I'm assuming that the pistachio brand was probably the same, and
people
the Wall,
just stop
the
shopping at Walmart.
Or Wall.
We could avoid all these problems. Don't go to Shaw's.
Stores that are
to the
prefixed
co-op.
with Wall.
Get fresh harvested organic salmon for your cats. That cost like $5 a can.
Are pistachios? Why is pistachio ice cream green?
Why are they green?
When I see pistachios, they look kind of tan colored.
Oh my gosh!
The train. I was feeling kind of lonely without it lately. It just feels like something's missing.
It used to always come right when we started the show. It was predictable. It would come, and then we'd start the show.
And now it's like it doesn't care about us. It just comes late. It just comes whenever. It's not here to welcome us.
Yeah, I feel kind of disconnected.
It's here to interrupt now.
Well, Amtrak's been having a lot of problems, so maybe we should cut them a break. They've been having a lot of crashes and stuff, so...
Oh, they have. Why are they crashing?
I don't. Because there's no money going into infrastructure improvements.
Totally ruin one more form of transportation for me. I already can't fly.
Did you notice in Congress, like, they can't pass any bills? Did you notice that over the last 8 years? You notice that?
Yes.
Yeah, well, so few trains are falling off the tracks.
Oh, my God.
But listen, here's a real one coming by.
I know. Let's hope it actually makes it by and doesn't just derail
I love this.
right here.
I
can see it. Look, it's out your window.
Where?
Look straight out.
Where?
How can you not see that? I'm further back than you. It's right there. Okay, now you can't see it anymore. It's gone, I think.
Yeah, now it's coming this way. I can see. Oh, there it goes. Wow. Wow, it gives me the shivers. I want to go away, and I want to go far away, and I want to like travel.
But they fall off the tracks. Why are they suddenly just falling off the tracks? What is that noise?
Oh, that's the wood shop downstairs. Come on.
Okay, he hasn't been so noisy for a while.
It's a bandsaw.
I usually have a weird dilemma when I get to the studio and that guy's truck is parked right by the door there.
To go in front of it or behind it.
Right, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of rude to go right in front of it, like I'm encroaching on his space because I'm like shoved right up against his woodworking shop door. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's a giant waste of steps to walk all the way out by the road and go around his
He's kind of
truck.
a parking hog.
Yes. But see, these are the things that I worry about.
You know, we have so many stresses in a day. Not. We're totally privileged. The worst thing we have to deal with is, somebody coming in late to dinner and a lamb needing a bottle of milk. And
that's true. I sat through band practice at school yesterday because I had a free period, and my kid was playing the trumpet, and I haven't heard him play this week, so I thought I'll go see how good he's getting. Like, well, that was no. No, like
not
when
getting
fifth
so
graders
good.
all have trumpets, it's like everyone's personal version of hell. Like, it's really a bad idea.
I think that if we're going to be giving out monetary rewards to people who have really bad jobs, then we should probably pick the band, high school or junior high school band,
Well,
or
this
middle
isn't
school,
even junior high. This is like these
elementary school
Yeah.
band
Yeah.
teachers.
Yeah. I don't even understand what I was hearing.
I had a shout out. Oh, who did we shout out? Wire. We did our shout out to Wire. I wanted to shout out to the Chelsea Road crew.
Tunbridge too. They have kicked all of them
Oh,
some major butt through this
my gosh.
misery of mire and muck.
Yeah, they brought Stone.
And everyone has been so mean to them. Everyone seems to think it's like their fault.
Yeah, everybody is mean to them. That's why they sometimes carry guns. I don't blame them.
They could just upend their dump truck load of gravel on someone.
All right,
Or on your porch or in your convertible.
They're looking down at you from the truck window, and you're yelling at them, and they slowly take their coat and they pull it back, and you see the handle of the pistol.
They don't have guns, Kristina. They don't have the road
Yes,
crew.
they do.
Our road crew doesn't have guns.
I know one that does, and he shall remain anonymous.
Wow. So people yell at him that bad?
Yes.
Wow. Our Tunbridge is a little more passive aggressive. They don't say anything to the road crew, but then they go to the town clerk's office and complain. Or on the day that the mud was so bad that John and I couldn't leave, John's on the select board. So our whole answer machine was packed with calls from people saying, "We can't get home." And we were kind of like, well, yeah, duh. We can't really either if we weren't here. Like,
yeah. Well, you can.
There isn't. Nobody can do anything about it. The road crew can't do anything.
But you can take a pistol into a McDonald's, right?
I think so in Vermont.
Yeah. So why not have a pistol on your grader?
Yeah, I don't know. That's fine.
I mean, there's nothing illegal about it, right? There's nothing
No,
against the law that
I don't
says
think
you
so.
can't.
I think it can't be. I don't remember what the concealed.
By the
you
way,
can't take it into a federal building.
I do believe in gun control. Don't get me wrong. I'm sort of playing devil's advocate here because I think it's just an amazing world that we live in.
I think you can't take them into a federal building or are banks federal? Yeah, they are, right?
Have you ever been in the courthouse? You know how they have a metal detector?
Yeah, they always go through my purse.
They're pretty nice about it up in
They
Orange
are,
County.
but I always feel really embarrassed because, my purse isn't really like prepared to be gone through by a stranger. So I'm always like, I always make an awkward, uncomfortable joke like that is really inappropriate, but I can't help myself like, hey, yeah, I'm going to stab someone with that tampon. Like because I'm uncomfortable that the guy's like sitting there with his hand on my tampon.
I know.
And I want to say like, do I look like, not that I have to look like somebody bad to be bad, but like,
No,
I always feel like making an awkward joke that involves tampons, and I don't know why.
I know. I once went down to the passport office. No, what was it? It was in Boston. I was taking my daughter there to get an Italian visa to go to Italy, and it's some big federal building. And the guy, he made me take off my belt. Now that's a little embarrassing.
Did your pants fall down?
No. But still, just handing over my belt to this guy felt kind of weird.
Yeah.
But he gave it back to me, so everything was fine in the end.
Okay.
It all worked out, and I felt great. My pants stayed up. And we got the visa.
Woo!
The
Win,
things we have
win,
to
win.
go through. Yeah, and we didn't get our car towed in Boston. It was just a win-win, and a win. Yeah.
Are we skipping music, or is it not time?
Oh gosh, it is probably.
I don't know. I
Oh
can't
my
see
gosh,
the thing,
we're
but
like
I'm just
a minute off schedule.
like the weird instinct.
The
that
vibrational juju.
is coming to me
Yeah.
saying that.
Okay, so we've got a track called Ask of Me.
Who's this by?
This is Mark LeGrand and Sarah Monroe. This is off their new album.
Oh,
And slacker DJs don't generally know the names of new albums, but I don't. So,
ask of me in the morning when I rise up. Ask of me in the middle of the day. Ask of me when nighttime comes calling. Ask of me. Ask of me when you purify the waters. Ask of me when you sanctify the wine. Ask of me. We are all your sons and daughters. Ask of me. Ask of me. Ask of me. Ask of me when the rain beats on the rooftop. Ask of me when the frost is on the pane. Ask of me as you shine through every teardrop. Ask of me. Ask of me when the stars are rearranging. Ask of me when there's new worlds to explore. Ask of me as everything is changing. Ask of me. Ask of me. Ask of me. Ask of me. Take back all that I've been given. Ask of me to rejoice in all your love. Ask of me as long as I am living. Ask of me.
yeah, baby. That's Mark and Sarah.
That was very cool.
They just rock it.
I'm feeling guilty like I was mean about the trumpet a minute ago.
Who were you being mean to?
I was being mean about my child's 5th grade class all playing the trumpet and how horrible it was.
They're having fun. Don't worry if it
They
sounds
weren't,
bad.
actually, but like I think it will be okay in the end.
Well, wait a minute. Why are they doing it then if it's not
They
fun?
have to. It's like you have to pick an instrument at school and play it. But I just think sometimes in the beginning when you're a 5th grade student and you're all just sitting in a little room blowing on a trumpet, it's like not that fun for a while.
Why not dulcimers?
I don't know. I think it had to be a brass instrument.
Well, the 2-year-old that was visiting our house this week, she made me take down every single instrument in the house. We had the bandolin, which is a mandolin banjo.
Yeah.
And then we had dulcimers, we had guitars, we had mandolins, we had everything. I sent her home with a mandolin.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like stringed instruments get a little more play in the world.
They're just more fun.
I don't
At
know
the
if my
lower-
kid is going to grow up and just play the trumpet. Like,
Well-
he's just going to bring his trumpet in the car and play it around campfires? Probably not.
Well, you never know. He could be the next Dizzy Gillespie, you know. Who
Dizzy
knows?
Gillespie play around campfires and stuff.
Maybe. But the thing is, at the lower levels, I think stringed instruments like guitars are more fun. But
Yeah,
eventually, these
yeah.
other instruments become really fun if you stick with them.
Yes.
So I wanted to tell you what I was Googling this week because you learn a lot about yourself when you go back and you look at your history, where you've been online.
They have a new feature on Firefox where you can just erase where you've been real quick if you don't want to ever see where you've been again.
Well, you could clear history. Everything goes
this
away.
is like a new thing because clear history doesn't really mean that. Like, it still hangs out in your
It does.
memory bank there. You just can't access it, but like the police and stuff can.
Oh, I see. Okay, good to know. Well, I don't think the police care that I went to. I googled how to play rhythm guitar faster. I googled
Oh my
that.
god!
Yeah, and I actually made an
When
appointment.
they confiscate your laptop, you're gonna get in so much trouble.
I
for
really
that.
am. And then I had like 30 YouTube videos on Irish fiddle tunes that I had called up. I was cramming. I was basically cramming for a gig. So that was cool that you can do that, you know? But you got to sort through maybe 5 or 6 versions of a particular fiddle tune because somebody either is playing it really crappy or they're playing it too fast or they
Or
don't.
it's a medley. People like medleys, and all of a sudden you're like, this isn't the right thing anymore.
Well,
now
it's
it's
you-
golden slippers. It's not. You know, they do that.
Well, exactly what I did because I'm lazy is, for example, if I was looking for Drowsy Maggie and it was the 3rd tune in the medley, I would skip it. I'd go find a medley where it was the 1st tune so I could just get it right away.
Yep.
And not have to worry about the video loading, which with the slow
God.
speeds around here. Okay, then I did a big Google search on the term hedging your bets.
Oh, what does that mean?
Well, I still don't know. I wanted to try to understand the difference between hedging your bets and calling a bet.
hedging, are they meaning like hedges or like
No, you have to be a card player.
hedgehogs?
No, definitely not hedgehogs.
Hedgehogging your bets is way better. Let's
Well,
just take
okay.
every expression
And make it our own.
way cuter.
I think so. I could go with that.
John's best insult that he let fly the other day was like, I hope you give breech birth to a hedgehog.
Wait, say that
somebody.
again? Give it what? A
He said-
breech birth?
He
to a
said
hedgehog?
something. He was just like yelling at
hedgehogs
like
are not
somebody on
big-
TV or something, and he said, like, I hope you give breech birth to a hedgehog because, okay, so hedgehogs, well, all things come out head first, right? And when
Right.
hedgehogs come out head first,
Head
all their
first.
little quills are smoothed down and soft, and so they don't spine into the mother's vulva as they come out.
could I just
So
ask
if
you
a
a
hedgehog
question?
comes out butt first,
Could I ask you a
it's all
question?
like stab.
Did John just think of that spontaneously, or had he been thinking about this before?
It was like right around the time when we were lambing, so he'd been like sticking his hands and trying to like turn things. So
I see. So hedgehogs were on his mind.
or breech births were on his mind, and then he became curious about how hedgehogs give birth.
How-
So he like looked it up at one point, and then he was yelling this like to like something.
Do you know that I have a hedgehog on my kitchen table?
Oh yes, I do.
Yeah.
You have a little sculpture.
I
one.
do. I
Yes.
love it. I totally love it. I think hedgehogs are the coming of the next coming of. I was going to say Christ, but that's
They're like little baby Jesus. You can wrap them in swaddling clothes and put them in the
No.
manger.
no. I don't. I'm sorry to be so
Let's
negative
do that.
today.
You know what?
I
For
just-
all of the nativity scenes in the Upper Valley that had the baby Jesuses stolen by the
the fraternity
brothers, let's just get a whole series of hedgehog dolls and
Okay.
wrap them in swaddling clothes and replace all the mangers with hedgehogs.
It's not a bad idea. I think that would go over with
I do.
a few people.
I mean, they're just empty now. Would you rather have it empty or would you rather have a hedgehog?
I would definitely rather have a hedgehog. I mean, I'd rather
You know
have a
what?
hedgehog.
Nobody
anyway,
really
if
knows
I had a
what Jesus
choice.
looked like. Why couldn't he have been a hedgehog?
Well, that's it. I mean, we all know what babies look like. A baby's a baby.
yeah.
I mean, baby Jesus we're talking about this a little bit early.
I know.
Let's
Let's
skip
wait.
it
Let's wait
until
for our
November.
pre-Christmas episode.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to waste all our great ideas. So what else did I Google? I Googled pool terms. I was writing a song, and I was writing about broken down cars and being at the State Line Diner. That's what this.
Do you play
song-
pool?
Kinda.
I could see you playing pool. You seem like pool sharky a
I'd
little.
like to get better at it, but I came up with this. There was one great pool term called "hanging on the pocket," and I tried to put that in my song, and it was in there
like
for a
when
while.
One bounces on the edge.
Yeah, right where at the corner pocket, and the ball just sits
Like where you
there.
want
And
to
it's
go
just
and blow on it, just make it fall in.
exactly that's hanging on the pocket. So that's a metaphor for life. Don't a lot of us hang on the pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
I
that
do.
pool was like not accidental. I thought that like for years I thought you just look for one that's near a pocket and you try to knock it in the pocket. But real pool players have to call like which one they're going to hit and which pocket it's going to go in,
You know-
and then they use those little diamonds in the corner to like bounce.
Do you know who's like the hottest pool shark in the area?
Who?
George Lawrence.
Oh, I did know. I
Yeah.
did know that.
He knows how to
I
play
bet he
the game.
pretends. I bet he pretends he doesn't know how to play though when he starts playing. I think he's that kind of guy.
Oh, just to get somebody
Yeah,
going?
yep.
So that they think they're beating him, and then he'll pull out all his tricks
Yep.
and like
My grandpa used to
cream
be
them
like
into
that.
the ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
I bet. He's a tough cookie under that
true.
friendly exterior. Yeah. So, what do you think about this website that's called onlyinyourstate.com?
I haven't seen it,
Well, they come up with these facts about Vermont. It's only
and
in
they're
your...
stupid, aren't they?
Well,
it's like someone not from Vermont made it.
Here's a headline. The bizarre story behind this common home amenity in Vermont. Well, guess what the home amenity is?
I don't know.
Witch windows.
Oh, the sideways ones?
Yeah, the diagonal ones that...
What is the story? I thought it's just because we're cheap and we don't.
I read it, but I forgot what I read.
Oh,
It wasn't
good,
that-
Kristina.
Well, because I was more obsessed with who makes a website like this. Is it somebody sitting in California who's researching Vermont and comes up with these strange things, and then the Vermonters are all...
You don't see those windows as much now. They were a big thing. Why? I feel like I did know about them once too.
Yeah, there's one out at the old Pepper place. I've taken pictures of it.
Yeah, why?
They are
why
cool.
Do they do that?
How would you describe that? Because we haven't really described it properly, that people
They're
might
like
not know what it is.
In the knee walls between two sets of eaves, like where houses.
It's not really... It's
meet.
not a knee wall, because it's
No,
it's
not
where
a knee wall.
it's...
a side wall.
God, I
Gable
can't even
end.
describe it.
It's on a gable end.
Yeah.
Where usually a smaller house partition starts.
That's it. And there's a strip, and so the
in
window
between the two roof lines
is like 45 degrees off of vertical.
Yeah,
It's just like that.
it's kinked.
It's kinked. Yeah. So there was that really important thing to talk to you about. Nothing else, I'm sure.
Oh, let me pull my list over here. I'm a little too excited that Girl Scout cookies come in today.
Yeah, I'm not.
I
think
don't
we've talked
know-
about
I don't
this
even
difference
know, I
that
don't
we
even
have.
know why I do this, but they guilt you into buying them, and then you just eat them all, and
Well,
then you
I-
feel guilty that you ate them.
I did have some chocolate coconut milk ice cream this
Oh.
week.
That sounds nice.
It's all right.
I can't read my writing on this list, and I wrote it in red pen, which sometimes seems like even less readable.
Oh, I was going to tell you about the Whammy Bar.
The little wee one,
Have you been there?
a long time ago, and then you were.
What do you mean? It hasn't been there that long.
No, it's been there a few years. What?
Well, a couple
You were
years.
just talking about. Why were we just talking about the Whammy Bar?
Because I played there last night.
I don't
that
mean
why?
we were talking about it from last night. We were talking
Oh.
about it before this, but not like today. Well, what about the Whammy Bar?
Well, it's such an amazing place. It was the first time I'd ever been there, and it's in the back of the Maple Corners General
It's
Store.
not the first time you've ever been there because we've talked about it before. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, we talk about it, but that doesn't mean that I went there.
Oh.
I just talk about it like I've gone there, but I didn't ever go there. All my friends
Maybe
have played
you
there.
are always just like you keep driving by and you want to go there.
I
Is
love
that what you've
Maple.
been
I
saying?
love
can't remember.
Calais. I love Maple Corners, and so Yeah, and no, it's because I told you that story about going to Doug's show, and then we were all going to meet
at the
Whammy Bar, and then
yes.
nobody showed
That's
up, and
right.
I was sitting there without any cell service in my dark car, feeling dejected, and like everybody hated me. That's what you're thinking of.
Yes, you're right. That is what I'm thinking
Okay,
of.
well, that was very different last night. We went,
good.
for St. Patty's Day, and we played a bunch of Irish tunes, but it's so cool because you walk in the front door of the general store and you go past like the crackers and the instant mashed potatoes and the wine selection, and you get to the end of the aisle and you turn right and there's the Whammy Bar. And if you get there before dark, you can see the beautiful picture window that looks out on a sluiceway. Guess why I thought of that word as a spelling
Whoa.
word? Because there's a sluiceway coming under the road from Curtis Pond. And it's a beautiful waterfall there. I just was completely charmed by
That
the
little
place.
village is pretty cool.
It's the coolest place. I mean, if you live in Maple Corners or Kent Corners or out there, you're just the coolest person
Is that
in
where
the
that
state
calendar
of Vermont.
came from? The Men of Maple Corners,
Yes,
right? With all
of
the little
course.
naked guys.
Lewis left me a CD.
Is he naked?
No, Louis Franco and the Missing Cats. I gave him a CD, so he left one there for me, which was nice. He lives right next door.
But he's not naked.
No. He was missing,
Okay.
not naked. Are we over time? Just about. Yeah.
Okay.
Want to ID the station and then we'll get the heck out of here?
You are listening to South Royalton Community Radio, WFVRLP 96.5, 11th hour with Kristina Stykos and Emily Howe. We will see you guys next Friday. Yes, yes.
Yes, and
indeed.
thanks for being with us. I'm going to cue up a song called Falling Slowly by Davey Huckett.
Huckett.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, peoples.
I don't know you, but I want you all the more for that. Words fall through me and always fool me, and I can't react. Games that never amount to more than them bent will play themselves out. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Please don't go for voice you have a choice to make it now. Falling slowly, eyes that know me, and I can't go back. Boots that take me and erase me, and I'm painted black. You have suffered enough and warred with yourself. It's time that you won. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You made it now. Falling slowly,
同学们，请吃。